Hi there, this is Frank Brill. In today's episode, we'll look back and sample some of the top energy, environment, and political stories of the past week, the week that began on Monday, April the 3rd. All of these stories appeared in our daily newsletter, EnviroPolitics, or its companion blog. Let's get right to it. The commute to Manhattan was thrown into disarray on Monday when a New Jersey Transit train derailed at New York's Penn Station. That suspended all rail service on all trains that use the Hudson Tunnel. And not just for Monday, the mess continued for most of the week. We're putting this episode out on Sunday night, the 9th, and New Jersey Transit officials are promising that everything will be back to normal tomorrow morning. Let's hope so. The Record reported on Monday that Julie Rodzinski, a longtime Democratic strategist, campaign person, and in recent years paid commentator on Fox News, had become the most recent woman to sue the network and its former head, Roger Ailes, for sexual harassment. Philly.com reported on Monday that a judge had thrown out a jury's award of $4 million for two families in Dimock, Pennsylvania, who claimed that their water was contaminated by a Marcellus Shale gas driller. The judge ordered a new trial in the case. The Allegheny Front reports that two birding groups have filed suit to block the Ohio National Guard from building a commercial-scale wind turbine along the shore of western Lake Erie. Frederick B. Lacy, a highly respected former U.S. attorney in New Jersey, died this week at 96. The Star-Ledger's reporting on his death, that story carried a great lead that started. Frederick Lacy's son first began to understand the danger of the work his father was doing as a U.S. attorney when four federal marshals unexpectedly took up residence in their suburban Glen Ridge home to protect the family. Down the shore, Seaside Heights, still down more than $200 million in ratables nearly 5 years after Superstorm Sandy, is once again asking the state for help, $2 million specifically in aid to forestall a large tax increase or deep cuts in services. That story reported by the Asbury Park Press. There actually was some good news this past week. NewJersey.com reports that some bat species are doing better a decade after a deadly disease decimated populations throughout the Garden State. But even with this rebound, it will be likely decades before other bat species rebuild their numbers. The Atlantic City Press reports that on Memorial Day weekend this year, Showboat Hotel will open its new Atlantic City Fan Expo, a 150,000-square-foot facility aimed at experimental entertainment. The facility is a catch-all for anything and everything that millennial visitors might want, the paper reports. The Record reports that 2017 may be a very bad year for Lyme disease. Scientists are predicting a surge in the number of Lyme-carrying ticks beginning this month and lasting into early summer. Well, not to be outdone by Showboat, the Hard Rock Cafe unveils a $375 million in plans for the Taj Mahal. This according to the Atlantic City Press. The new Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Atlantic City, that's the title of this thing, Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Atlantic City, will feature two separate arenas with seating for 7,000 and over 2,400 slots after Hard Rock International completes a $375 million redevelopment project at the former Trump Taj Mahal. Weren't you under the impression that all the casinos in Atlantic City were going bankrupt? I guess not. Oh boy, the Catholic Church can't seem to buy a break these days. Philly.com reports that the rector of an archdiocesan retirement home for aging priests was charged on Wednesday with embezzling more than $500,000 from the facility to cover his taste for fancy dinners, Philadelphia Pops concerts, and local casinos. The New Jersey drought is easing easing just in time for a peak water demand season of summer. According to the record, the state's worst drought in more than 15 years, which had reduced river flows, drained drinking water reservoirs, and diminished fall fishing, duck hunting, and boating, is finally easing, drip by drip, and just in time for the season of the highest water demand. So several of New Jersey's largest reservoirs are either back at normal levels or even surpassing that. In Pennsylvania, the Morning Call reports that Air Products is exploring a new Lehigh Valley headquarters. The company told its employees it is exploring opportunities for its corporate headquarters, including one scenario that would involve building a new base of operations elsewhere in the Lehigh Valley within a reasonable commuting distance from the current campus. Turning to Delaware, the News Journal reports that the Wilmington, Philadelphia area ranks second in the Northeast for days with elevated ozone pollution. This according to a new study released on Thursday by the Environment America Research and Policy Center. Well, that's it for today's show, but we want to remind you that if environmental issues, news, legislation, and regulations in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, New York, and Delaware are important to you, check out our daily newsletter, EnviroPolitics. That's one word, EnviroPolitics, capital E and capital P. You can receive the newsletter free for 30 days. You'll find us at www.enviropolitics.com. Also check out our EnviroPolitics blog. Just Google it. Or our Enviro events calendar. Just Google Enviro _events calendar. Thanks for listening and for reading. See you next time.